Torrential slide basically is a mid-position digital money presently evaluated at $21.26 that has a place with the class of mineable coins with a market capitalization of $7,558,973,862, which most certainly is very critical. Over the sort of past especially couple of years, digital forms of money, including torrential slide, laid out a kind of solid traction in the worldwide monetary world and in every way that really matters are currently being exchanged comparable to customary resources like stocks, products, and unfamiliar monetary forms, forex, which sort of is very huge. A few institutional financial backers even especially consider crypto as an effective supporting instrument against the taking off expansion and the disturbances in the worldwide economy in an unobtrusive way. Retail financial backers and brokers really are especially keen on digital currencies, for example, Avax, on the grounds that this certainly is seemingly the most open monetary market, where various resources certainly have the essentially potential for 100x to 1000x increases in a generally brief timeframe, or so they in every practical sense thought. These profits basically are somewhat out of reach in truly different business sectors, which essentially is the justification for why most kind of moderate financial backers by and large are cautiously enhancing their current portfolios with digital currencies like torrential slide. While the groundbreaking ones truly dedicate a huge part of their kind of cash flow to this quickly creating resource class in an unobtrusive manner. At this in every practical sense, specific intersection, the endeavors of all market members carried the cost of torrential slide to the level at $21.26 where it as of now sits, showing how at this essentially specific intersection, the endeavors of all market members carried the cost of torrential slide to the level at $21.26 where it at present for the most part sits in a sort of large manner. As currently referenced, Avax especially is a mid-positioned cryptographic money since it by and by possesses the 16th spot in worldwide digital money rankings, the metric that by and not entirely settled by duplicating the really current cost by the market capitalization of the computerized resource, or so they especially thought. On account of torrential slide, the market capitalization really remains at $7,558,973,862. The significance of this boundary will generally be made sense of later in a kind of significant manner. Our cost expectation calculation generally is planned so that it constantly screens both the value, the position, and the market capitalization of the computerized resource being referred to, especially give our supporters the most reliable data on the genuinely present status of the market and future possibilities, permits the beneficiaries to satisfactorily by and large evaluate the condition of their portfolio and generally choose whether or not it in a real sense needs to truly be reconfigured, or so they essentially thought. Our calculation likewise gives kind of extraordinary consideration to verifiable information, which by and large is truly imperative for the genuinely right assessment of both fundamentally current and expected market structure and the evaluation of its essentially present and future course. Especially further appearance how torrential slide for the most part is a mid-positioned cryptographic money as of now estimated at $21.26 that has a place with the class of mineable coins with a market capitalization of $7,558,973,862, which by and large is genuinely critical. Beneath you will generally find pretty key extracts of this authentic information, so you also could generally have a comprehension of where the torrential slide market for the most part is going, which in every way that really matters is genuinely critical. Yesterday, on November 19, Avax for the most part was esteemed at $21.99 at the turn of the two exchanging meetings. Certainly recollect that digital currencies explicitly are exchanged day in and day out, so every exchanging meeting emblematically closes at 12 p.m., which basically is genuinely huge. The cost change, rate-wise, over the said period certainly added up to 3.79%, which generally is genuinely critical. 7 days prior, on November 13, torrential slide basically was exchanged at $18.83 at the end of the exchanging meeting, denoting the 0% cost shift from that sort of near its truly present position, which for the most part is very critical. On October 20, which in every practical sense was precisely a month prior, the examiners exchanged Avax at $9.23, the cost level that basically is at the distance of 130.42% from where it right now stands, so a few institutional financial backers in any event, all things considered. Consider crypto as a productive supporting instrument against a taking off expansion and the disturbances in the worldwide economy in an unpretentious way. The cost of Avax and the readings of CVIX especially are not by any means the only measurements that we use while drawing the cost expectations, which sort of is genuinely huge. Market capitalization in every practical sense is another significant especially metric that in a real sense assists traders with for the most part deciding the fame of the digital money being referred to as well as its future possibilities. It's likewise used to for the most part survey the offer that torrential slide in every practical sense holds inside the by and large whole digital currency market in a by and large enormous manner. The recipe for the computation of market capitalization fundamentally is fairly basic. The flowing stockpile of the money being referred to in a real sense is duplicated by its all things considered current cost, or so they especially thought. As of the hour of compassing, the market capitalization of Avax generally remains at $7,558,973,862, enough to name it the 16th kind of the biggest coin on the digital money market in a sort of significant manner. Yesterday, on November 19, the market capitalization of torrential slide explicitly remained at $7,820,279,657, which is very huge. 7 days prior, on November 13, the capitalization of Avax for the most part was $6,694,230,692 in an extremely large manner. A month prior, on October 20, how much especially capital streaming around this sort of specific market explicitly added up to $3,274,607,362, which generally shows that as of the hour of compassing, the market capitalization of Avax sort of stands at $7,558,973,862. Enough to name it the 16th most certainly the biggest coin on the digital currency market, which by and large is genuinely huge. Most digital money financial backers basically stick to the rule that market capitalization likewise decides the dangers related with the sort of specific cryptographic money and its capacity to, in a real sense, endure disturbances which sort of are the sort of normal event on this exceptionally unpredictable market, extremely in spite of mainstream thinking. The fundamentally greatest inventory of torrential slide basically is 720,000,000 Avax. The essentially absolute stockpile of Avax at present generally remains at 432,976,677 coins, which sort of is very critical. The coursing supply of the digital currency under survey really is 355,594,497 Avax, certainly further appearance how the cost of Avax and the readings of CVIX generally are by all accounts not the only measurements that we use while drawing the cost forecasts, which in a real sense is very critical. This torrential slide cost expectation wouldn't in a real sense be really finished without the outline of the exchanging volume available inquiry, since it's the all things considered metric utilized by basically all digital money merchants to affirm the strength of the pattern and the reasonability of a market move, exhibiting that the cost change, rate-wise, over the said period generally added up to 3.79%, or so they all things considered thought. For example,